The Dukes of Dice are brought to you by Tasty Minstrel Games. Check out all their awesome titles at playtmg.com.
Welcome to the Duchy. It's time for another episode of the Dukes of Dice podcast, a proud member of the Dice Tower Network.
Coming to you from Empire Board Game Library, our Duchy away from the Duchy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's The Dukes of Dice, a podcast about board, card, and occasionally role-playing games. Today, the Dukes play for 24 hours straight for extra life. And now, The Dukes of Dice.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Sean.
And Alex.
And this is a very special episode 117, Extra Life 2016, Death by DST, or Death by Daylight Saving Time. Thanks to our buddy Matt Walker, who named that. We name all of our episodes, although this isn't technically a full title, this is a subtitle.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So over in our guild...
So he gets half credit. He gets half a point on the name.
3/4.
3/4?
4/5.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps going up.
Now here's my question. Because Jimmy was so sneaky and threw in the first half of that,
Yes.
even knowing that was what it was actually going to be called, does he get any credit at all?
Yeah, he gets the extra 1/5.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, totally. So, like I was saying, if you don't know anything about that, about naming these episodes, head on over to our guild. We're guild number 2008 over on BoardGameGeek.com, and you can join in the fun there, naming each episode. But today, we are here at Empire Board Game Library recording live. I mean, I guess we're always technically recording live,
Yes.
but
As opposed
we're
to pre-recording?
on location.
Okay.
How about that?
Yes.
We're on location at Empire.
It's a remote shoot.
And we're playing an Extra Life 2016, which is an awesome cause that helps kids in need. It supports local Children's Miracle Network hospitals, and we're playing for the University of New Mexico Children's Hospital.
But mostly Sean, because I have to go to work.
You do have to go to work. You got a couple hours, though.
Oh, yeah.
And then you coming back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Are you staying? How long are you staying?
I don't know. I got to work the next day. You don't.
That's true. I do have to edit the podcast, though.
Well,
and these are one of the rougher edits.
I'm sure it is.
So it is a little bit after 9 a.m. that we're starting, and we're going to end tomorrow, Sunday, at 8 a.m. And you're like, well, wait a second.
That's not 24 hours. You guys are a bunch of scam artists.
So that's why it's Death by Daylight Savings Time, because we're actually going to be losing or gaining an hour, which is why we're ending at 8 a.m. And still getting in all 24 hours. The magic of turning back the clock. Turning forward the clock?
So it's spring forward, fall back.
Okay.
So turning back the clock, because you're turning back an hour.
So here's the problem. I grew up in Phoenix, and in Arizona, there is no daylight saving time. So like even now, even after being here in what city are we in?
Albuquerque?
No, I know.
Oh, you want me to say? Oh,
yeah.
Ow! Oh no, I'm not going to just do it on demand. You get one of those a week.
Okay.
Except for when we screw up recording them, and then you get multiple a week.
I get like 7 or 8.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm not used to it, even though I've been here for like 6 years now. I'm still not used to daylight saving time, and it throws me for a loop.
Excellent.
But I'm very excited to play some games. You've already got a game in, right?
Yep. Just got in one round of Jaipur while we were waiting for you guys to show up. Because technically, you didn't get here right at 9. I'm just saying. Maybe you should play until like 8:10. I don't know.
Okay, I'll play till 8:10. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Just throwing that in there.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping me real.
And I got beaten by the person who actually named or subtitled this week's episode, Matt Walker.
Wait a second. Hold on. So you were playing a game with Matt before we named before we subtitled the episode.
And you know there were no favors done because he didn't let me win.
I don't know here.
Because he beat me.
Okay.
He creamed me.
He didn't pass you something?
No.
Matt, did you pass Alex something? No. Okay.
He says no.
He says no, but I'm going to keep an eye on both of you.
This is completely above board. Entirely above board.
I don't know about this. So what plans do you have while you're here? What games are you looking to get in?
I'm going to avoid Arkwright like the plague. Because you guys are going to be starting that off right off the bat.
Oh,
right?
man, can't wait.
Ugh.
Well, I don't know now because our third fell through, but we'll see. We're going to get some heavy stuff.
Ice Cool, I want to get in. I don't know if that's right off the bat, but I do want to get that in at some point because you just got that in.
Yeah, so things that I brought today. I brought Arkwright with my awesome Meeple Realty insert. Feast for Odin, which I got to play at our Dukes of Dice Wednesday night this other week, and I'm super excited for another game. Got my painted copy of Kemet. I have the new Serling Game Codex, which is a card version of like a real-time strategy game, which sounds really cool. I'm really excited for that. And then I've also got 1846, which was a recent P500 fulfillment from GMT, which can be my very first 18XX game. I'm very scared, Alex.
You should be.
I'm very scared. And then, like you mentioned before, Ice Cool. So that's the stuff that I brought, and I'm looking forward to.
I'm trying to get
those.
Clank checked off because everyone's played Clank, and I keep hearing it's amazing, and I haven't actually played it yet.
Clank is on the agenda for me today too. So maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait for you to come back later tonight, and we can play Clank because
that'd be good.
I'm really enjoying Clank.
And you have to get in your first play of Heartthrob today.
Okay.
In the spirit of playing something a little off the wall, because last year, for those of you who listened, it was Star Wars the VHS game.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Or not right off the bat, but at some point.
No. It was like at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, not right off the bat at all. Actually.
And in fact, we didn't have a good source for the YouTube because you have to use. There was a CD or DVD that came with it, and so we had it
VHS.
on. Or was it? Yeah, that's right.
Come
it's a VCR
on.
game. VCR.
Come on.
And we had to have it playing on YouTube, right? We had to have the video playing, but none of our phones were loud enough. So we had like 5 of us pull up the video and like hit play at the exact same time and try and sync them up so that we could all hear it and
that was
watch
a mess. That was an absolute mess.
Yeah. Are you talking about the gameplay or the video itself?
Well, both, all of it, the whole thing. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, here's the plan. I'm going to check back in about every 2 hours. We did the first year we did like every hour. Last year we did every hour and a half or something like that.
Maybe you check it in between plays.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But it's kind of funny to hear like when there's like a really long play, and I don't know. We'll see. But the point is that you get to see my descent into madness as the hours keep rolling by.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go play some games, Alex, and let's raise some more money for the kids. All right. So we are starting hour 3. It's just a little bit after noon. Alex, how you doing?
A lot afternoon. Come on now.
It's 12:15.
12:21.
Okay, whatever.
Take that.
Anyway, good job there, Mr. Time Sandman. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. So, Alex, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing. Well, we started off playing after we did the intro. Ice Cool.
Yeah.
Which you just got in an order.
Yeah.
And
that and Food Chain Magnates were on the order together.
Well, I played the better of those two.
Okay.
So this is a dexterity game where you are a penguin running around a school. It's a school.
Yeah, it's a penguin school.
And then there's every round there's a chaser, but really more of a hall monitor or hacker or ID thief. Take your pick. Because basically...
There's no computers involved.
Whatever. Or pickpocket, I guess would probably make more sense. Anyway,
he's a hall monitor.
Okay, fine.
And he's taking your ID, he's confiscating your ID to go report to the penguin principal.
Whatever. So you have one chaser, 3 runners. The runner's job is to try and go through doors and collect fish. Little fish chips, pins that are on top of those doors. The chaser's job is to bump into those penguins and steal their stuff.
Right.
And if you steal, the round can end either when one penguin clears off all 3 of their pins, or the hall monitor bumps into everyone and takes their IDs.
So I think what's really cool about this is the setup, because it's basically 5 boxes that nest within each other, and then you put them together to form, these 5 different walled sections with doorways through, and it's really cool. And also your penguins are kind of bottom heavy, so they're rounded on the bottom, so they're kind of like weebles, and so they wobble a lot. And so you can do kind of just a head-on flick, and they kind of will go straight. You can flick their head, and they'll jump. You can jump a wall or jump another piece.
Not easily.
No. Well, there's a certain finesse to it, Alex.
Yes.
So you gotta know how to finesse the penguins.
Yes.
And then you can even, because of their shape and their weight, if you flick on a left side, they'll kind of do a left curve, and vice versa for the right. It's really cool. It was a really fun little light dexterity game, pretty quick.
No, I'm totally gonna buy this.
Yeah, it's pretty excellent.
Yeah.
From
really.
I think Brain Games is the name of the company. What else did you get to play?
Smart component choices too.
Yeah.
All right. After that, we went over and played Ghost Blitz 2, The Ghost Blitzening.
Okay.
That's the sequel with the annoying rug. I did okay. I did all right in that one, but that was a good little filler, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of those kinds of
It's like
fillers
I
as the night goes
don't know
on.
that real time's the right word, but it's a speed game.
Yes.
We're trying to match. Well, not match, but anyway, Ghost Blitz is a lot of fun.
Yes.
I got to play another game of Clank. I was victorious by a point.
Nice.
85-84, very
Still
close.
have not played that.
So, fantastic Renegade game. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. It's a great deck building game, but you're deck building with a purpose, not just to put points in hand, but you're moving around this dungeon and this underground, trying to collect the dragon's treasure, and you're making noise while you're doing it. The more noise you're making, the more you're alerting yourself to, alerting your presence to the dragon, and he's going to attack you, and he's going to kill everybody. I got out. Everyone else died.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I'm a murderer. I set him up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an accessory.
Nice.
Accessory before the fact? I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah.
You are a lawyer, so
Yep.
you in theory know this.
Yeah.
All right. While you guys were doing that, we did a 5-player Isle of Skye.
Oh, yeah.
The Kennerspiel winner, and that we reviewed, I think a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
I like this is one that kind of grows on me. The more I play it, the more
It's
really
fantastic.
clicks. It's great. This price setting game, for folks who don't know, it's kind of like Carcassonne stepped up a good notch. You're setting prices, you're building out your own tableau, you're scoring these different scoring tiles each round. It sounds a little dry. It clicks together really well, and even at 5, it went really fast.
Designed by a little-known designer,
yeah.
Alexander Pfister.
Alexander Pfister, fantastic designer. Probably talk more about the expansion to Oh My Goods
Cool.
Next week when we're doing more recent plays kind of thing. But yeah, fantastic. Looking forward to Great Western Trail at some point soon, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think your next game, Alex, is to be a reporter simulation, right?
That's not a game, Sean. It's deadly serious.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna go into work and be an anchor, and so you won't hear from me for a few hours.
All right,
Which
well-
is pretty standard if you listen to these episodes. It's usually how it goes.
That's exactly how it goes.
Yep.
All right.
Have fun, Sean. What do you play next?
I don't know. We got some gravel going. We got another game of Clank going. We got some Tichu going. Lots of stuff on the table right now, and I'll see what I could wrestle up.
Maybe
Wrestle up.
you could play a solo Ice Cool,
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
where you're just chasing yourself around the board.
All right, we'll catch you in another couple hours. So it's currently 2:30, which is hour 6. We're in hour 6 right now. I'm here with Rory and Jeff. Rory, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Jeff, how's it going?
Hey, it's fantastic over here.
So we just finished a game of Mechs vs. Minions, and I have got to say, it totally lives up to all of the hype. It was super cool. And I think what made it even better was that our buddy Jared, he's actually running someone through another game of it right now, has all of the minions painted, which there's like 100 of them. That's totally crazy. Like, just absolutely crazy. So, Rory, what'd you think of the game?
I thought it was pretty good. I was a little skeptical because initially I thought it was a variation of Robo Rally, which I've played a lot of, and I think is a good game. But I sort of thought it would maybe a rip-off of Robo Rally, but it was really totally unique. And I had a really good time with it. I thought it was a surprisingly good game, actually.
Yeah, so it feels kind of like a tower defense game, although you're not a tower. I mean, you're a big walking mech. You're a big walking tower, right? And It's programming, and you're drafting the cards to put in the different slots. And what's cool is that when you have one card in a slot, it has a lesser effect. But then when you double up on that type of card, there's the gear and the energy and the fire and the computer chip cards. Then each ability gets stronger and stronger. And I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed the programming. You're just killing tons of these minions because they're easy to kill, but there's just so many of them. What do you think, Jeff?
So what I really thought was interesting is that there are some reactionary powers in the game. We actually got in a pretty desperate situation, and one of the reactionary powers actually saved our bacon and allowed us to come back from what we assumed was going to be a loss, and we pulled a win out of it. So I thought it was a really interesting mechanic that you could both program what you were going to do on your turn, but also anticipate what the minions were going to do and take that into effect to actually get yourself further ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, I was really happy with the whole game. I thought it was pretty cool. So glad I got to finally get to play that.
And one last thing on it is I really liked the cooperative aspect of it. I thought it was really good. You really had to work together as a team. If you didn't work together as a team, you would definitely never win this game.
I mean, at one point, you wanted to take all the movement cards, Rory, from us. And
That's right. And I wanted to micromanage other players, but that didn't happen either.
All right, so that was Mechs vs. Minions from Riot Games. Very cool.
So I just wanted to say something about the Extra Life charity down here. So I think this is a really great program. I'm actually a benefit of my kid was sick last year, and so this program is amazing. It really helps people. The money that's going in here just doesn't go to a corporation. It goes to help people. And so I want to say to everybody listening and everybody that's supporting Extra Life today to thank you, because it has actually helped me personally, and I'm sure lots of other people as well. Awesome.
Well, that's great to hear, Jeff. Appreciate that. And now we're going to get started on a game of Arkwright. Very exciting.
The highlight of the day.
All right. We'll catch you soon. Has this ever happened to you?
Oh no, not again! My steel's with my titanium's with my steel, my heat's all over the place, I don't know how much money I have, this is just awful! There are cubes everywhere! everywhere. How will I ever solve this terrible problem?
Well, don't worry, Alex. There is a better way to play Terraforming Mars. Thanks to the fine folks over at Meeple Realty, you can play Terraforming Mars and stop worrying about knocking your player pieces all over the place. With their new Terraforming Colony insert, you have your choice of wooden or plexiglass overlays to keep those roving cubes in place. In addition to these vital overlays, the insert has special holders for the hex tiles and other components, plus custom markers for the temperature and oxygen levels. And you can even use their Meeple Realty rover as an enhanced first player marker. The Terraforming Colony insert plus all their other amazing inserts are available now at meeplerealty.com.
Meeple Realty, think inside the box.
All right, so it's a little bit after 6 p.m., so we're getting ready to start hour 10. Rory, how you doing?
I feel great.
Do you?
I do.
So over here at Empire, how's the shop looking?
Shop is full house. It's
Yeah.
been pretty much table for several hours. It's been a ton of fun. We've already had one of the staff members out. It's on the ground, sleeping in the office.
And he got here at 11. He got here at like hour 3.
It makes no sense.
I don't know.
Just the millennials.
So we got Terraforming Mars on the table. We got Mission Red Planet. Bunch of stuff going on. Looks pretty cool. What are we doing, Rory?
Oh, this is one of my personal favorites, Arkwright. I think we are. How many hours are we into this right now?
I forget when our last update was. I think it was like hour 6. So we're good. I think we're good 3.5 hours in, thereabouts. So we're playing with Jared and Jeff, and we are past the halfway point. I think we've probably got about an hour and 15 minutes left in the game. So this we reviewed actually back in episode 101 with MaggieBot, Marguerite Cottrell. She helped us review that, and pretty heavy economic game that Alex is like, I'm just going to bow out of this. He played the introductory game, and it was like, I don't think I'm a big fan of this. I give this a 5 out of 6. I think this game's fantastic, and I'm enjoying it. But it was a bear to teach.
I do want to add to this one that Jeff doesn't look like he's doing as well as he normally does on these heavy games. It looks like he could possibly not win for a change.
So what's Jeff's reputation? So explain that a bit.
Jeff normally wins most games that he plays, or at least at this level of games.
Okay.
So it's nice to see him struggling. And I hope to see him struggle more throughout the game.
Okay. Well, it's nice because he had actually read the rules. And Jeff, what do you think about the rulebook?
So I come from an engineering background, so I'm used to reading really, really thick stuff. But I feel like this was a not as approachable rule book.
No, yeah.
I trolled the BGG forums to understand the more complicated interactions of production, shipping, and some of the other nefarious aspects.
Yeah.
Or less articulately worded aspects in the rules.
And I think there's just so many corner cases, and there's so many little exceptions or so many little effects that happen. It's hard to put it together. I
agree.
I think I remembered like a good 95% of the rules. And stuff kind of pops up as we play the game. But I love it. I find it enjoyable. What are you thinking so far, Jeff?
So I'm really having a fun time. This is my first time playing it. But I've got a strategy, and I'm going to try to crush Rory over here. I don't mind if I don't win, but I got to crush Rory.
So, yeah, if you want to hear more about Arkwright, check out episode 101. That was like 4 months ago now. That's really crazy. All right, well, any last words, Rory, before I defeat you?
You don't look like you're really that far ahead on this game. For a change.
I only have
think
3
that
shares.
You don't look like you're destroying everyone, which is a good thing. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm feeling great. Let's keep on rolling.
All right, well, let's proceed with hour 10. We'll be back in a little bit, hopefully with Arkwright being done by that point. All right, so it's currently 9 p.m., and that's hour 12. We're starting hour 12 now of the marathon, and I'm here with our buddy David. David, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. I'm happy to be here.
So I just finished a game of Arkwright, but we just talked a lot about it in the last update, so I didn't want to take too long. It was actually kind of interesting, though, because we had 3 of the 4 players all buy all 30 of their shares of stock, and the score was like 630, 630, 600, and then Rory a little bit farther behind. But it basically came down to a tiebreaker. So it was pretty cool, pretty interesting. But that's enough about Arkwright. David, what were you playing today?
Let's see. I started off with Mechs and Minions, which I heard you played earlier in the day.
Yes.
Is that correct?
I liked it, and you did not, apparently.
Okay. So let's start off with the fact that I don't really like programming games.
Okay.
In general.
Sure.
I like Volt.
Sure.
Which is a Matsuuchi game.
Yes.
And it's programming, but it's more of a combative game.
Yeah.
I just wasn't very compelled by Mechs and Minions.
Okay.
It felt like I couldn't really do what I wanted to do, which is, of course, usually the point of
Sure.
programming game. But I never felt accomplished when I got my board correct. It was frustrating when I randomly got dealt damage, and then the board that I finally had built up got taken away, and it was way too long. We won, but it was way too long.
But you also got to play Imhotep, the Spiel des Jahres nominee from last year.
Which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And bar none, my favorite of the nominations for that. I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't win.
Okay.
I mean, I like Codenames. Codenames is great. I believe that was the one that won, correct?
Yes, Codenames won, and then Karuba was the other nominee.
So, I mean, Codenames is great. Imhotep's just more my speed, which is, I think, why I like it better.
Okay.
Why it would have been my pick.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like Imhotep was the more classic nomination for the
definitely. I mean, I see why Codenames won. It's a great game. Karuba I'm not very fond of, but Imhotep's great.
Okay, well, very cool. So it's still pretty packed here at Empire. In fact, it's even more packed than the last time. And like I said, we're at 9 o'clock now at the halfway point, and there's like a giant birthday party here. Imhotep's out on the table again, so it's pretty cool. And I'm kind of in shock right now that I've got this. I have to do all of this again at the halfway point.
I mean, it's great to see so many people here. I'm excited that so many people came out for the event. I'm wondering how you're holding up.
I'm tired, and apparently everyone at home is sick, and I can't tell if I'm sick or like starting to get sick or if I'm just tired.
So you invited me on the podcast to sit across from you and get me sick.
Well, I don't know that I'm sick. I just know that everyone at home is sick. And it's a recent development.
You're not reassuring me.
Sorry.
Sean.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on again, David. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we'll check back in another couple hours. So we're getting ready to start hour 14. It's now 11 p.m. And just as an example of how tired I am, I forgot to hit record. And this is our second time going through with this update. So I'm joined by our buddy Jeremy. Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So, Jeremy, we just finished the other 7 Sins from Simon and Eric Lang Design. What'd you think of it?
I really liked it. I'm a big fan of the minis. I like Eric Lang's designs, and I think it has some neat, clever mechanics that are kind of new to the genre.
So yeah, I know before when we failed to record this, you liked the corruption mechanic a lot.
Yeah, I think the corruption is really cool in the way that you get to choose between taking on more corruption, which gives you a benefit, and that's per combat, but you have this cumulative nature where if you get to 8 corruption, you end up taking a wound.
Yeah, it was a very cool system. So, I mean, I'll say this, though. I didn't hate it, but I don't know that I loved it either. And I'm not sure what about it makes me not love it, because I tend to like Eric's games a lot. I love Arcadia Quest, for example, which there are some similarities here. But for whatever reason, this game didn't grab me, despite the fact that it's got the awesome Cool Mini or Not minis, which were enhanced, obviously, because our buddy Jared did an amazing job painting all of the heroes and the abominations, and then the avatar. We play against the avatar of Pride, because you're playing against the 7 deadly sins, and it's really cool. It's got like from 40K, it kind of looks like a Nurgle type thing, and so I think that definitely added a lot to it.
Yeah, definitely. That adds quite a bit. One of the things that's hard about this game is it's a 1 versus many system. And games like Arcadia Quest are, I think, a little bit easier for groups to get out because of that. Everybody's in it playing the same role, whereas here somebody's got to take on the role of the overlord, and that's just harder for groups to get to the table.
And I'm sure it's a very different experience, like a lot of other 1 versus many games where, you're trying to manage everything as the Sins player. Like for us, I think it was probably a lot more strategic because we had these objectives we had to achieve, whereas Jared had to kind of react to everything that we were doing. I mean, definitely something I'd play again. And I'm interested to try because I know there are other scenarios more than just, kill a bunch of stuff. So what else you got on the agenda tonight?
Well, I got a couple of games here that I brought with me, like Post-Human. It's been on my shelf of shame for a long time. So
yes, indeed.
Hoping to get that played and hoping to get some Warmachine in.
Yes, I'm super excited. So right now it's raining. We actually had a quick power outage that just off and on. But I don't want to bring my stuff in from the car until it stops raining. But I'm looking forward to some Warmachine. Also, Alex just walked in, and he looked at me like, hey, when am I going to get to talk here?
Yeah, come on.
Well, you haven't played any games
I'm not
yet.
used to not having a microphone. What's going on here?
So how you doing, buddy?
Good. Just got done with my shift over at the station, and Yeah, a lot of rain. There was some hail earlier. I don't know if you guys got hit with the hail.
Actually, I got a text from Raquel, and she said that her truck got some damage from the hail.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was pretty nasty, a little hailstorm.
Yeah.
that came through here. So weird weather day for Extra Life, but I'm glad the power's working now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what do you want to do with the rest of the time here, Alex?
Heartthrob has to come out at some point tonight. It has to.
Okay.
Yeah, and Matt's nodding his head. It has to. Heartthrob and Happy Salmon. Jeremy's shaking his head. I don't know if that's in response to Heartthrob. Might be. Anyway. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's absolutely happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. So we'll check back in a little bit with our next update. Alex, welcome back. And Jeremy, thanks for helping us out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a pleasure to be on the show.
All right. We'll see you all in a bit. Hey, Alex, stop talking about how great this game is.
Oh, sorry. You haven't played yet.
Nope. Well, I've played it, just not the expansion. Hey, let's provide some context.
Oh, my amazing.
Hold on. Context, Alex.
Sorry.
Context. So we're in the middle of hour 17,
Yes.
right? Of Extra Life. I don't know why you say that. It's the middle of the episode. People know that already. So anyway, hour 17. Here's the crazy part, right? It just turned 2 a.m., except now daylight savings time. What we named the episode, thanks to Matt, our buddy Matt, it's now back to 1 a.m. So we've got like 7 hours to go, or I've got 7 hours to go. The Ducal we. So Alex, what have you been doing since the last update?
Okay. A couple things. All right. Sean wants me to lift the mic. He's been on this all day.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wanted to sound good. But,
Yeah,
but go
whatever.
on, Alex.
He's getting sarcastic. He needs some Happy Salmon in his life.
Yeah, whatever.
right
Whatever, Sassafras. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do this.
We played Trick of the Rails.
Yeah.
Twice. Played 2 rounds of that. I didn't understand until the second round.
By Hisashi Hayashi from Terra Nova Games.
Also the designer of Rollin' America.
And Yokohama.
Yes, in Yokohama.
From our
I don't
fine
have anything
sponsors
catchy.
over at Tasty Minstrel Games.
Yes. Pledge your... Oh, nope, I don't have
Nope.
one for that.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Don't do anything there. Pledge your taste to Minstrel Games.
So Trick of the Rails.
Okay, Trick of the Rails.
What's the deal here?
Trick of the Rails, you're going to play tricks.
It's a trick
and you're going to try
game.
and win it, yep. Even if you lose tricks, you do get something every round typically, kind
Yeah.
of. So you're either going to do stock grabbing games or game rounds. Man, I'm a little loopy too.
Yeah.
Where you're going to put a stock of a certain color in front of you, or you're going to be building rails, where you're going to be adding rails to these 5 different companies that you can own stock in, or potentially assigning locomotives up to the front of them.
Yes.
Depending on if you win the trick or not. That's really the gist of it, and they're worth a certain points at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was a little hard to get at first.
It's hard to explain.
But it's basically kind of a trick-taking game meets an 18xx, and it's pretty quick. And we actually played 2 games in a row because we were a little confused by it at first, but I think we got it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic.
I think it's solid. Yeah.
It was actually just fulfilled from Kickstarter, and I was pretty impressed with it. So that's pretty cool. And I just after that, wow, this doesn't make any sense. I played some Warmachine, the Privateer Press miniatures game. I haven't played in like 9 years. So Jeremy wanted to start playing. We bought the battle groups. I have a Kador set. And it was just the battle groups, which is basically the Warcaster and then the 2 Warjacks, which are like these steampunk mechs.
Right.
Very cool. I had fun. And right now, Jeremy and Jared are playing. And I know Max has got his stuff here, his Troll Bloods. So it was good to play. It's, like I said, it's been years, and I miss miniatures games. It's not something I want to do a lot nowadays, but it was certainly fun. While I was doing that, what were you doing over here?
So we did Ice Cool.
Yep.
Which has been kind of the game of the day for me. I played it a bunch.
It's really good.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. We broke that down. It sets up and breaks down when you know how to do it surprisingly quickly.
Yeah, if you could just count.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's numbered.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Little nesting boxes.
Then we played the and I said I was going to talk about this in a future week as a play.
Yep.
But instead I'm just going to talk about this week because I just played it now.
That makes sense.
It is, I believe it's Longsdale and Revolt. Longsdale and Revolt. It's the Oh My Goods expansion. I like to call it Oh My Goods Legacy.
In Offrer.
Yes. Well, it says the English version right
Oh.
there. Yeah. Longsdale
Okay.
and Revolt. So it adds what I didn't think would ever be, but storytelling to Oh My Goods, which is so different. I don't know. Cameron, you just played. You played Oh My Goods a lot. Having played Oh My Goods the expansion, what did you think it added to it? Did you like it better with the expansion?
Did you ask Cameron beforehand if he wanted to come on?
No.
Because I asked him earlier, and he was like, I don't really want to. But now that you put him on the spot, by all means, Cameron.
It definitely changes the game, what you're trying to do. The game we just played, you had to have food at the end, a certain amount, and so you got to account for that, whereas before you're just going after points. So it definitely changes a lot of the game.
Very good. Yeah, good enough. I liked it better. I've only played the first scenario twice because I was kind of trying to show other players. I'm curious if we can get something going on Wednesdays where we play through more of the scenarios.
Yeah.
But it adds a good amount of complexity to it, and Sean, you need to absolutely own/play this. Anyway, the expansion adds kind of a bit of a story there. It adds new buildings to buy. It adds rules, event cards, a lot of stuff, and again, a small box. So a lot more game in a little box and with a story that you wouldn't expect. So
You're making a big deal about how small the box is.
it's a tiny box.
Tiny
it's the same size as Oh My Goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a card game
Tiny
size
Epic
box.
Goods.
Yep. Nope.
No?
Nope.
That's not a thing?
Not a thing.
Okay. What are you up to? We're going to do some Happy Salmon, maybe?
Yeah, I think I need something because
Yeah, you gotta wake up.
I'm hurting.
Yeah,
I'm hurting here.
You're not quite at the level you were at Dice Tower Con heading into Dune, where you were just like, I've never seen you that dead, but
I'm
you're
getting
teetering.
there. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week at work.
Yeah.
But
Rough.
yeah.
Didn't you win?
I did. Yeah, I had a trial.
Okay.
And it was a 2-day trial, and but I won. But it was
poor you.
What? Yeah, but there's a lot of work that goes into these things, Alex.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of
Sorry.
early mornings and late nights.
I just figured it would be rewarding, you know.
It was rewarding, but it was okay. Anyway, we're done. We're done now. Shut up. I'll shut up too. We'll both shut up. We'll shut up together. November is well underway, and this is expected to be another busy release month for tasty Minstrel games. TMG has 4 great titles expected to hit shelves this month, including Ars Alchemia, an anime-inspired worker placement game, Oracle of Delphi, Stefan Feld's take on the pick up and deliver mechanic, Ponzi Scheme, a game about trying to perpetrate the greatest fraud on your investors, and the expansion to the smash hit Orleans Invasion. Now, these November releases may be subject to change. One can never tell how magical energies, oracular visions, corrupt corporate stooges, or barbarian hordes can affect a release date. But when these games hit, be sure to check them out, because you'll be able to find something out there for every type of gamer.
Check out TMG at playtmg.com.
All right, well, we're in the middle of hour 19 and a half.
Yes.
Well, no, we're in the middle of hour 19.
Sure.
It's 19 anyway.
It's been 19 for you. I've been in and out and about
Well,
to go out again.
So it's currently 3:30.
Yes.
Although I guess technically like 4:30 if you don't include daylight savings time.
Yes.
This is really, I feel like it's a podcast about daylight savings time now.
It might be. Did you know they tried to abolish daylight saving time in New Mexico a couple years ago?
Yes, I did.
It was a
know
bill,
that.
yeah.
Well,
yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes.
Very, very interesting.
Hey, what have we been doing in the time since, Sean?
We played Clank.
Yes, we did.
Your first play, and you were like so-so on it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was all right. It was okay.
Well, I still really like it. I think that's my 4th play now, and I tried to rush. So I think, I talked about it earlier? Deck building, you're delving into a dungeon, trying to get treasure, and I can't remember if we talked about it. I feel like I did, because I played it earlier in the day.
Sure, I'm sure you talked about
But anyway, I rushed to get a treasure, rushed to get out, trying to kill all of you, and it didn't work, and I came in very last place.
it. Yes. And the best part about that game was beating you.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's Clank. I like it quite a
Cameron
bit.
ked all of us at it. Just murdered everyone.
He sure did. It was like 80 to 60
88, I
to
think, or
55,
something.
and
Yeah.
I had like 48. And then we just did some Happy Salmon.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I was
Well,
tired.
hold up. No.
Oh, wait.
There's a key thing in between there.
What?
Heartthrob.
Oh,
You got your first play of Heartthrob.
I
then,
sure
Sean.
did, and I.
Sean,
can
what are your
now-
thoughts on Heartthrob?
It was not a great game, but the greatest game.
Yes.
No, not really. It
What?
was fine. It was.
I think
fun.
I might
It
have
was-
said that. Did you just steal my line on
No, that's like
Heartthrob?
Stephen Colbert.
Oh. Okay.
It was fun. It's
Maybe I
fine.
stole Stephen Colbert's line.
It's not. It's. I have done it, and now it's been done, and I'm done.
And you played with Trevor. You always have to play Heartthrob with Trevor.
Okay.
Every time.
Yeah, I think Trevor's a serial killer.
Yes.
Probably.
With a bolo. With a bolo tie.
So
That's the key to all of it.
Heartthrob is a game from what, the 80s, early 90s, 80s?
Yeah. And by the way, the age requirement is ages for all girls who like boys.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
So
weird.
we had no problem playing with a table full of grown men.
Yeah, that's
was
weird
perfect.
for several reasons.
With special flip the table variant, by the way.
Okay.
4 rounds.
Perfect. So what about Happy Salmon? How
Hang
was-
on, there's another
Oh.
one. I also got into play of Monster Chase.
Okay.
It's a new Antoine Bauza game. And it's a memory game.
Yep.
And fun in the middle, like kind of a few good laughs in there.
Fun in the middle?
Fun in the middle of the game. Like, middle of the game is solid. And then the end of it kind of winds down because you kind of know where everything is. And if a memory game, you know where everything is, it's no fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
It was good, but not totally.
So this is from Yellow.
Yes.
All right. And what do you? So it's a memory game.
Yes. So you have these monster cards that flip up with different items on them.
Okay.
You flip up tiles, and you have to,
just for the record, you're making flipping motions so that people at home
absolutely
are clear on that.
People can tell.
Yeah.
People can tell. So you flip up a tile, and if it matches one of the cards that's out there, good. If not, you flip over and get a wrong guess. If you get enough wrong guesses, you lose your turn.
Okay.
That's the gist.
That's the gist.
Yep. And it's cool art.
Very cool art.
Cool box. It looks like a closet door.
Yeah.
Monster hiding in the closet.
It seems reminiscent of Monsters Inc.
A little.
Just in the way it looks, I guess. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also for the record, Chewie calls Monsters Inc. Pink.
Oh.
And she asks to watch Pink sometimes.
Huh.
Which is I don't know.
Okay.
They rhyme, ink and pink? You seem confused.
No.
Okay. She's 2, so I mean...
She is in fact 2.
Her language skills are limited right now.
Yep.
All right.
So, and now Happy Salmon.
Happy Salmon.
Yes.
What everyone's been waiting for.
Gamer Viagra.
Yes, indeed. So we just played 10 rounds of it?
Yeah, I think pretty close to that.
I feel a little better, a little reinvigorated.
Oh, you're definitely perked up
My
since then.
vigor has returned.
Yes.
And
so I suggested before the final round we played of this.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be really interesting if you had a trader variant, because Cameron, during a prior game, had gone for a fist bump, and someone was on the way and was like, nope. Steered the other way. It's almost like pulling that thing where you do a handshake, but then you're like, nope, psych. You go hand in hair.
Yeah, you have to describe.
Right, sorry. People can actually see what I'm doing. All right. Handshake, hand goes in the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a jerk.
Yep.
By making them look like a jerk.
Okay.
Somewhat. Anyway, I had joked.
Like high five, down low, too slow?
Yes, that kind of thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like you think you're making them look like a jerk, but really, who's the jerk?
Sure.
Anyway, that's a bullying PSA just in the middle of the podcast.
So real quick.
This is another bullying PSA coming up.
Happy Salmon from North Star Games.
Yes.
It is a speed matching game where you're trying to match actions, pound it, high five, switcheroo where you have to switch places with someone, and then Happy Salmon.
The official handshake of the Dukes of Dice. Happy Salmon.
Excellent.
That probably didn't pick that up.
Well, it might have. Who
okay. But I had mentioned, there'd be a trader variant, and then Sean took that seriously.
Yeah.
And our first cards were both a high five.
Uh-huh.
And Sean's like, high five? And I went over and Sean's like, nope.
I pulled my head back, again, describing the motion that you're doing.
Yep. And then I went up again. And Sean was like, nope.
You tried 4 times.
Yes, it
After
was
it was clear
times.
I wasn't going to let you high five me.
So then we switched cards. And did you even have matching cards?
Yes.
Or were you just
they were matching.
Okay, then this was perfect.
This was a legitimate game of Happy Salmon.
Switcheroo. We both had switcheroo. And I was like, hey, switcheroo. And you're like, sure. And then I started moving over there. You're like, nope.
And I kept pushing you away.
You
kept trying to switch with me.
And it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I pretty much died laughing, but that was also the worst performance I've ever had in a game of Happy Salmon.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Even I had another one earlier there where I dropped half my deck of cards midway through a round.
And you did better.
And I did better than I did that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was just dying laughing and didn't get anything done.
Yes, indeed.
But I did win a couple rounds, so because Happy Salmon's all about winning.
Yes.
In case you cared.
I do care.
By the way, we should have run a Happy Salmon tournament. That would have been the way to go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Anyway.
So
yeah, I'm going to go home because I got to work tomorrow.
You got to work?
So I'm going to record the outro and then I'm going to leave.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that.
Yep. Anyway, what are you going to play next, Sean?
I don't know. Matthew's bringing out Mage Night or something. Is that happening, Matthew? Are you and Matt doing Mage Night? Is this happening? Is this for real? Is this real life?
Matthew says yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not doing Mage Night right now.
Oh, separate other thing that came up, by the way. Thanks to Suzanne, I won Formula Day in her raffle.
Rigged?
It might have been, but probably not.
Okay, probably not.
Yeah, but I donated to her on Extra Life.
Formula D or Formula Day?
It's apparently pronounced Day.
No, there's 2 versions.
Oh, I don't know.
There's Formula Day, and then there's the updated Formula D.
Oh, I thought they were the same game, just
they are the
D
same
pronounced
game.
weird. Okay.
But anyway.
I don't know what I won.
Okay.
It appeared to be a formula and then a D of some kind.
Yes.
Sure.
With or without an E behind it.
I don't know. I won something.
I'm excited
to play it.
I'm sure this is really thrilling right now to everyone out there listening.
Excellent.
Okay.
All however many.
A good number.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Anyway, have fun, Sean.
See you later, and let's go record the outro.
Woo!
All right, well, Extra Life 2016 is in the bag, and I don't know if you can tell the difference in my voice right now, but it's actually the day after or a day and a half after Extra Life. It's currently Monday. I've gone to work. I've actually gone home sick. I'm still not feeling great, but I'm doing better. At the end of the last update that we did on Sunday morning, I was pretty loopy, pretty tired. Here's the problem. I didn't make it all 24 hours. I made it about 23 hours, and that was with a half-hour nap in my car thrown in. This is getting harder and harder every year. But it's still a ton of fun, and it's for a fantastic cause. So let me see if I can take a quick second to update what I did since the last update. I played some Onitama with Jeremy, and at one point, I think I mentioned in the last update that Matthew was setting up Mage Knight, and Matthew wanted to teach me Mage Knight. I don't know that I was a particularly teachable person at that moment. I sat down and I was kind of nodding off, but I think I managed to retain most of what he taught me about Mage Knight, thinking about it the day after. And I played the first round of it, and I said, okay, this is simply not going to happen. So apologies to Matthew for teaching Mage Knight, but it did sound really cool from what I remember, and I am excited to try the Star Trek Frontiers, which is the Star Trek version of Mage Knight. But there's a cool deck building element to it. You're able to use cards from your hand to move about the board, to fight monsters, things like that. And there's a nice mitigation thing where you can kind of use cards as throwaway extra points and things like that. So it sounds like a really cool adventure game. And I know he and Jared seem to be having a good time. Jared had played it before, but Jared was gracious enough to take my spot. Came back in for some Onitama. I know Rory and his group were playing Age of Steam, I think, and that looked like a lot of fun. But I was out of it. There was a good chunk of time where I was just kind of wandering around aimlessly, or I'd sit down and then start to nod off. And I was just really tired. I think I had mentioned earlier in an update that I had a trial on Thursday and Friday, and that took a lot out of me. So I think that going into Extra Life, I was probably a little bit more tired than I would have liked to have been. But it was still a fantastic time. I'm super excited to do this every year. And I got to play a ton of great games, got to hang out with a bunch of good friends, and we got to do it all for a good cause. So in fact, if you are still looking to donate to Extra Life, you can still do that. I'll still have a link in the bottom of the show notes. And our team, our Empire Board Game Library team, we raised over $1,600 for our local Children's Miracle Network hospital. I know our buddy Chris Holm, who was running the event over at Active Imagination, also had a fantastic, hugely successful turnout over there at Active Imagination. And so I know, just kind of looking at Twitter and seeing stuff on social media, all of the other gamers out there across the country, across the world that were helping out their local Children's Miracle Network hospitals all seem to have just a raging success. So very cool, super excited for all of that. So I just want to thank everyone that did donate, whether it's to us or whether it was to anyone else. I want to thank everyone who went out there and actually gamed, again, whether it was there with us at Empire, elsewhere here in the Duke City, or wherever you were in the world. Thank you very much for participating. This really is a good cause, and it kind of seems like, oh, it's just an excuse for us to get together and game, but it is really a lot more than that. So thanks for listening to my descent into madness, the updates. They were a little less frequent than in years past. In fact, I think this episode is going to be a little bit shorter than it has been in years past. I know we've done a review of the last two. We did Twilight Imperium 3 in the first episode back in 2014, and then we did Pandemic Legacy, and we decided, let's not do a review, because sometimes that might give the review short shrift. So we'll be back next week with a normal show, a normal review, before we go on to our Board Game Geek Con show, which I'm very excited for. Do you want to mention a couple bits of business? We are still doing the Jack Vassal Memorial Fund, so another amazing cause. The Jack Vassal Memorial Fund is a source of funds that helps gamers in needs whenever they have some sort of catastrophic event that's going to throw them for a loop, and it's an amazing charity that helps out fellow gamers. There's currently the annual auction going on, and I'll have another link to this in the show notes. And you can go there, you can check out a bunch of games, a bunch of services, special, unique items, and you can bid there. The Dukes are putting up a Duke City care package, which is going to include some Albuquerque tortillas, some delicious New Mexico green chili, as well as one of our favorite games from this year, Millennium Blades, which comes from a local Duke City local level 99 games. And in addition, you'll be able to bid on the chance to play with Alex and or I, depending if we're there, at a con of your choice that we happen to be attending the next year. So that includes BGG Con, Dice Tower Con, Rocky Mountain Gaming Vacation, maybe Gen Con. We'll have to just kind of wait and see if that's going to actually happen next year. But highly encourage you to go over and check that out. Check out all the different various auctions, see if there's anything there that interests you. And then finally, our buddy Berkey from the Berkey and Badger Show from Board Game Theater, he has nominated me as the Love Spreader of the Week over on BGG. So this is a geek list similar to the Geek of the Week, but it's the Love Spreader of the Week. And you can go over there, and again, I'll put a link in the show notes, and you're encouraged to ask me questions. There's also 2 truths and a lie. So there's a quick bio about me, 2 truths and a lie, and then you can ask me questions, and then all week I am supposed to be responding to all these questions, and I'm very excited, very thankful to Berkey for nominating me. And it's going to be a fun week of getting to interact with the BGG community at large. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and I appreciate the nomination. So go check that out. Well, once again, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everyone for participating in Extra Life in whatever capacity. For Alex, who's not here, and myself, thank you very much. And we will catch you back here for a regularly scheduled episode of the Dukes of Dice podcast. Until then, this is Sean saying, as always, Hail Hydra.
Thank you so much for listening to the Dukes of Dice. Today's episode was recorded at the Duchy away from the Duchy Empire Board Game Library on November 5th and 6th, 2016. Our theme music is provided by Carbohydro M from his Prime Legacy album. The Dukes of Dice are a proud member of the Dice Tower Network. For other great board gaming podcasts, check out DicetowerNetwork.com. And for all the latest in the Duchy, go to DukesofDice.com. Find us on Twitter at Dukes of Dice. Join in conversations on our Board Game Geek Guild. Find us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks to our sponsors, Tasty Minstrel Games and Meeple Realty. Check out their awesome titles at PlayTMG.com. And for high-quality board game inserts, check out MeepleRealty.com. Meeple Realty, think inside the box. We'll see you back here in 1 week. Until then, game on!